Hey everyone, welcome back to Top Coin. If you're a coin collector, a treasure hunter, or just someone who loves rare and valuable finds, you're in for a treat. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1980 Washington quarter. Could you be holding a small fortune in your pocket change? Stick around to find out. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. By 1980, these quarters were still made from a copper-nickel blend, replacing the silver content that had been phased out in 1965. But did you know that some rare varieties and mint errors from 1980 can make these coins extremely valuable? Let's break it all down. First, let's talk about where these quarters were minted. The 1980 Washington quarter was produced in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D. Each mint location can have an impact on a coin's rarity and value. Now, this is where things get exciting. Some 1980 quarters have minting errors that can make them worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Here are some key errors and varieties to look for. Off-center strikes. If the design isn't properly centered, it can be worth between $50 to $500, depending on the degree of the error. Double die obverse. DDO. This occurs when the die strikes the coin multiple times, creating a doubling effect, especially on the date or letters. These can be worth up to $1,000. Broad struck errors. Coins that were not struck with a collar can appear larger and flatter than normal, often selling for $100 or more. Missing clad layer. If a 1980 quarter is missing its outer nickel coating, exposing the copper core, it can fetch up to $300. So, how much is your 1980 quarter worth? Most standard circulated 1980 quarters are only worth face value, about 25 cents. However, if you have one in mint state condition, graded MS65 or higher, it can sell for $10 to $50. Proof versions from the San Francisco Mint, in perfect condition, can go for $100 or more. And if you have one of the rare error coins we mentioned earlier, those can easily reach $1,000 or more at auction. If you want to check the value of your 1980 quarter, here's what you need to do. Look for mint marks and errors using a magnifying glass. Compare your coin to online databases like PCGS, NGC, or Heritage Auctions. Consider getting it professionally graded if you believe it's in uncirculated or near-perfect condition. So, do you have a valuable 1980 Washington quarter in your collection? Check your pockets, search through your old coin jars, and let me know in the comments what you find. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new upload. Until next time, happy collecting. Have you ever found an old coin in your pocket and wondered if it might be worth a fortune? Well, today we're diving deep into the fascinating history and incredible market value of the 1982 United States quarter dollar. Stick around because you might just be holding on to a small fortune without even realizing it. To understand the 1982 quarter, we first need to look back at the early 1980s. The United States Mint was going through major changes at the time. Due to economic challenges, a key decision was made. NO mint sets were produced in 1982 and 1983. This makes finding high-quality, uncirculated examples of quarters from these years extremely difficult. The 1982 quarter was part of the Washington Quarter series, which was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, this quarter features a left-facing portrait of Washington on the obverse and an eagle with outstretched wings on the reverse. But what makes the 1982 quarter truly special is not just its design, but its rarity and high grades. So why is the 1982 quarter so sought after? Well, since no official mint sets were made, most of these coins entered circulation, meaning they were used, worn down, and lost their pristine condition. Finding a 1982 quarter in near-perfect condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. There were 2 primary mints that produced 1982 quarters: the Philadelphia Mint, which marked them with a P, and the Denver Mint, which marked them with a D. While both can be valuable, the real money lies in high-grade, uncirculated coins with sharp details and minimal wear. Now, let's talk numbers. The value of a 1982 quarter varies based on its condition and where it was minted. A heavily worn 1982 quarter is typically worth just its face value, 25 cents. But if you have a high-grade specimen, the value skyrockets. For example, a 1982 P quarter in mint state 65 condition can sell for anywhere between $50 and $100. A 1982 D quarter in similar condition has been known to reach $200 or more. But that's not all. Some of the highest graded examples have sold for thousands at auction. In fact, a nearly perfect 1982 D quarter in MS67 plus condition was sold for over $3,000. The key to these high values lies in the grading system. Coins graded MS67 and higher are incredibly rare. The higher the grade, the more collectors are willing to pay. If you think you have a valuable 1982 quarter, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. But wait, there's more. Some 1982 quarters have minting errors that make them even more valuable. Let's take a look at some of the most sought-after error coins. One of the most valuable errors is the off-center strike, where the design is not properly aligned. Depending on how extreme the misalignment is, these can be worth hundreds of dollars. Another sought-after error is the double die, where the design elements appear slightly duplicated. These are rare but can command big money. And then we have missing clad layer errors. Since modern quarters are made of a copper-nickel sandwich, sometimes the outer layer doesn't bond properly, leaving the coin with a copper appearance. These errors can sell for several $100s, depending on their condition. Now you might be wondering, how can you find a valuable 1982 quarter? Well, here are some expert tips. Start by looking through your pocket change, old piggy banks, or even rolls of quarters from the bank. You never know what you might find. Check for P and D mint marks. While both can be valuable, pay extra attention to high-quality examples. Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope to check for minting errors like double dies or missing clad layers. So there you have it. The 1982 quarter might just be one of the hidden gems in your pocket change. With its history, rarity, and potential for big money, it's a must-have for any serious collector. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin-related content, and let us know in the comments. Have you ever found a valuable 1982 quarter? Today, we're diving into the world of the 1983 quarter dollar, an ordinary-looking coin that could be hiding in your pocket but might be worth thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. Stick around as we uncover the fascinating history, rare errors, and shocking auction prices of this incredible piece of American currency. Let's get started. Before we jump into the mind-blowing values, let's take a step back in history. The 1983 quarter is a part of the Washington Quarter series, which started in 1932 to honor the first president of the United States, George Washington. This particular quarter was struck during a time when the U.S. Mint was facing some interesting challenges. Unlike many other years, there were no official mint sets released in 1982 and 1983. This means that finding high-quality examples of 1,983 quarters in uncirculated condition is extremely difficult. Many coins from this year were heavily used in daily transactions, making them much rarer in top condition. The 1983 quarter was minted in 3 different locations: Philadelphia Mint, No Mint Mark; Denver Mint, D Mint Mark; San Francisco Mint, S Mint Mark, proof coins only. The coin is composed of copper and nickel, weighs 5.67 grams, and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. It features George Washington on the obverse, front, and an eagle on the reverse, back, designed by the talented John Flanagan. Now, here's the million-dollar question. Why is this quarter worth so much money? The answer lies in its scarcity in high grades and error varieties. Let's break it down. High-grade examples. Since no official mint sets were made in 1983, finding an uncirculated, flawless example is extremely rare. A 1983 P quarter in MS67 grade has been sold for over $7,000 at auction. Mint errors. Coins with minting mistakes can be worth thousands. Some well-known errors include off-center strikes, coins that were not struck properly and show blank areas; double dies, coins with doubled inscriptions due to minting mistakes; clipped planchets, coins missing sections due to miscuts during production. All right, let's talk numbers. Some of the most valuable 1983 quarters include 1983 PMS 67 quarter, sold for $7,050 in 2016. 1983 DMS 68 quarter, fetched over $15,000 at auction. Error varieties. Double die errors have sold for $1,500 to $4,000, depending on condition. As you can see, this coin is no ordinary quarter. If you come across one in high condition or with an error, you might be holding on to a small fortune. So, how do you check if your 1983 quarter is valuable? Here's a simple step-by-step guide. Check the mint mark. Look for the P, Philadelphia, or D, Denver. San Francisco proofs are also collectible. Examine the condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. If your coin has no scratches and still has its luster, you might have a rare one. Look for errors. Compare your coin to known errors online or with a magnifying glass to spot anomalies. Get it graded. If you think your coin is special, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate its value. So, you found a rare 1983 quarter. Now what? Here's where you can sell it for top dollar. eBay and online auctions, a great place to list coins. But be sure to research past sales. Heritage Auctions and Stacksbowers. These professional coin auction houses handle rare coins for high bidders. Local coin shops and shows. Connect with coin collectors and experts in person. PCGS and NGC certification services. Getting your coin officially graded will boost its value. That's it for today's video. The 1983 quarter might seem like an ordinary coin, but as we've seen, it can be worth a fortune if you have the right one. Be sure to check your pocket change and coin jars. You never know what treasure you might find. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and valuable discoveries. Until next time, keep collecting and happy hunting. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if that old quarter you just spent could be worth a fortune? Well, today we are diving deep into the history, value, and rare variants of the 1994 US quarter dollar. Some of these coins have fetched thousands of dollars at auctions. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you might just find a hidden gem in your coin jar. Before we get into the specifics of the 1994 quarter, let's take a quick trip back in time. The US quarter was first introduced in 1796, and since then, it has seen several design changes. The most well-known version, the Washington quarter, was introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The design by John Flanagan features Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, a design that lasted until the state quarter series began in 1999. Now, let's talk about the 1994 quarter. It was minted in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, with a P mint mark, Denver, with a D mint mark, and San Francisco, with an S mint mark for proof coins. Here are some key details. Metal composition: 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel weight, 5.67 grams diameter, 24.26 mm edge, read it obverse. Front features George Washington's bust, designed by John Flanagan. Reverse: back the heraldic eagle with outstretched wings and an olive branch. All right, let's get into the most exciting part, the value of the 1994 quarter. Now, while most circulated 1994 quarters are worth just their face value of 25 cents, some rare variants and mint errors can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let's break it down. Regular circulated 1994 quarters, Philadelphia and Denver minted quarters, P and D, in circulated condition are usually worth around 25 cents to $1.00. However, uncirculated coins can fetch around $5 to $10 if they are in high mint state, MS, condition point 1994, S-proof quarters. The San Francisco Mint struck proof quarters in both clad, regular, and silver versions. The clad proof quarters are worth around $5 to $10, depending on condition. The silver proof quarters are more valuable, typically ranging from $10 to $20. Rare error coins. Double die errors. Some 1994 quarters exhibit doubling in the letters or numbers, particularly in Liberty or In God We Trust. These can fetch anywhere from $50 to $500 depending on how dramatic the doubling is. Off-center strikes, if the design is misaligned, with a significant portion of the design missing. These can be worth $50 to $1,000 or more. Broad struck quarters. A quarter that was struck without the collar can be worth around $100 to $500. Missing clad layer. If a 1994 quarter is missing its outer nickel layer, exposing the copper core, it could be worth $100 to $700. Overstruck or mismatched planchets. If a 1994 quarter was mistakenly struck on a different coin's blank, like a nickel or dime, it could sell for thousands of dollars at auction. Some 1994 quarters have sold for big bucks at auctions. Here are a few notable sales. A 1994 PMS 67 quarter sold for over $700 at auction due to its flawless condition, a 1994. D quarter with a dramatic off-center strike was sold $4.1. 500. A 1994. S silver proof and PR 70 deep cameo condition went $4.1. 200. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare and valuable 1994 quarters? Follow these steps. Check the mint mark. Look for the P, D, or S under the year 1994 on the obverse. Examine the coin condition. Coins in better condition, with no scratches or wear, are more valuable. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, misprints, or missing layers. Weigh the coin. If your quarter is underweight or overweight, it might be an error coin. Compare with grading standards. Coins in MS, mint state. 65 plus are significantly more valuable. If you think you've got a rare 1994 quarter, where should you sell it? Here are the best options. eBay, great for reaching a large audience, but be sure to research similar sales. Coin auctions, professional auctions like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers can fetch top dollar. Local coin shops. Fast and easy, but might not get you the highest price. Online coin marketplaces. Sites like PCGS and NGC offer price guides and professional grading services. And that's it for today's deep dive into the 1994 US quarter. Who knew that something so small could hold so much history and potential value? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more awesome coin hunting content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And hey, let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare or valuable coin. I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep checking your change and happy collecting. Have you ever held a simple $quarter in your hand and wondered if it could be worth a fortune? Well, what if I told you that some 1999 United States quarters have sold for thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars? Stick with me as we dive into the incredible history, hidden rarities, and the shocking market value of the 1999 US quarter. You might just have a treasure in your pocket. The quarter dollar has been an essential part of American currency since 1796, evolving through multiple designs and compositions. But in 1999, a historic change took place, the launch of the 50-state quarters program. This initiative by the U.S. Mint was designed to celebrate the heritage of all 50 states, beginning with the first 5 states: Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. Each quarter featured a unique reverse design representing its state, making coin collecting more exciting than ever. Before we talk about their worth, let's analyze what makes the 1999 quarters special. The obverse of these quarters still features the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. However, the reverse varies depending on the state, with each design reflecting unique historical significance. These quarters are made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, but some rare varieties exist in 90% silver. Stay tuned, because those are worth a fortune. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Not all 1999 quarters are created equal. Some have rare errors and misprints that make them extremely valuable to collectors. Here are some key ones to watch out for. Delaware spitting horse error. This quarter features a die crack that makes it look like the horse on the reverse is spitting. Some have sold for over $1.000. Off-center strike. If you find a 1999 quarter where the design is shifted significantly off-center, its value can skyrocket to $5,000 or more. Missing clad layer. Some quarters were struck without their top nickel layer, revealing the copper core. These errors can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on the condition. 1999 silver-proof quarters. While normal quarters were made in copper-nickel, special-proof versions were struck in 90% silver. Some high-grade examples have sold for over $10,000. Now, let's talk money. How much are these quarters really worth today? Here are some actual auction records. A 1999 P Pennsylvania quarter graded MS69 by PCGS sold $4.900. A Delaware spitting horse error in high grade fetched $2,500. A complete 1999 silver proof set with deep cameo quarters sold $4.12,500. These values fluctuate based on demand, condition, and grading. If you think you have a valuable quarter, getting it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC can significantly increase its selling price. So, how can you check if your 1999 quarter is worth a fortune? Follow these simple steps. Examine the coin closely. Look for any errors, doubling, or missing details. Weigh it. A standard clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, while silver-proof versions weigh around 6.25 grams. Check the mint mark. Coins from Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, may have different values. Get it graded. Submitting your coin to PCGS or NGC can authenticate its rarity and boost its market value. There you have it, the incredible history and value of the 1999 U.S. quarter. Who would have thought that a simple 25-cent coin could be worth thousands? So, before you spend your change, check your pockets, your piggy banks, and your old coin collections. You might be sitting on a hidden treasure. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin discoveries. Comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, and let's keep the hunt going. Have you ever checked your loose change and wondered if you might be holding on to a fortune? Well, in today's video, we're diving deep into the history, design, and hidden gems of the 2001 United States quarter dollar. You might be shocked to learn that some of these coins are worth way more than their face value, some even fetching thousands of dollars. So stick around because you don't want to miss this. First, let's rewind back to the early 2000s. The year 2001 was a crucial year in the U.S. 50-state quarters program, an initiative launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999 that continued until 2008. Every year, 5 unique quarters were released, each representing a different state. And in 2001, we got some truly stunning designs from 5 states: New York, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Kentucky. Now, let's take a closer look at each 2001 quarter and the stories they tell. New York, released January 2, 2001, features the Statue of Liberty with the state's outline in the background. Includes the phrase "Gateway to Freedom," represents New York's role as an entry point for millions of immigrants. North Carolina, released March 12, 2001, features the Wright brothers' first flight at Kitty Hawk. Celebrates the birthplace of aviation. Rhode Island, released May 21, 2001, depicts a beautiful sailboat in Narragansett Bay. Symbolizes Rhode Island's maritime heritage. Vermont, released August 6, 2001, showcases Camel's Hump Mountain with maple trees. Highlights Vermont's famous maple syrup production. Kentucky, released October 15, 2001, displays a racehorse in front of Federal Hill Mansion. Pays tribute to the Kentucky Derby and My Old Kentucky Home. Alright, now let's talk money. Most 2001 quarters are worth just 25 cents, but under the right conditions, some can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Here's what you need to look for. Mint mark matters. The U.S. Mint struck these quarters in Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. The S mint mark quarters are proof coins made in smaller quantities, making them more valuable. Error coins. Look out for these rare errors. Double die obverse, DDO. Some coins have doubled lettering, making them highly collectible. Off-center strikes. Coins that were misaligned during minting can be worth over $1,000. Missing clad layer. If your quarter is missing its outer nickel layer, exposing a copper core, it could be worth big bucks. Broad strike errors. These happen when a coin is struck without the retaining collar, giving it a unique look and increased value. You won't believe how much some of these quarters have sold for at auction. A 2001 P Vermont quarter with a high MS 68 grade sold for over $2,000. A 2001 S silver-proof quarter graded PR 70 DCM sold $4,500. A 2001 D Kentucky quarter with a dramatic mint error fetched $5,000. So, the next time you're checking your pocket change, take a closer look at those quarters. You never know, you might just strike it rich. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and treasure hunting guides. And don't forget to comment below if you've ever found a rare coin in your change. See you in the next video. If you have a 2007 United States quarter dollar in your pocket or coin collection, you might be sitting on a small fortune. Stay tuned as we explore the history, design, and incredible market value of this coin, some of which have sold for thousands of dollars. Let's get started. The quarter dollar, one of the most commonly used coins in the United States, has a rich history that dates back to 1796. But in 1999, the U.S. Mint introduced a special series known as the 50-State Quarters Program, which ran until 2008. The goal? To honor each of the 50 states with a unique design on the reverse of the quarter. And in 2007, 5 new state quarters were released, each with its own story and significance. These coins were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The ones struck in San Francisco were proof versions, intended mainly for collectors. But what makes some of these quarters so valuable? Let's dive deeper. Each of these quarters features a distinct design on the reverse side, representing the unique heritage of the state it honors. Let's take a quick look at each one. Montana quarter features a bison skull above the mountains, symbolizing the state's rich history and wildlife heritage. Washington quarter displays a leaping salmon, representing the state's ecological importance in industries. Idaho quarter showcases a peregrine falcon, symbolizing the state's efforts in conservation and nature preservation. Wyoming quarter features the iconic bucking horse and rider, a tribute to the state's cowboy culture. Utah quarter depicts two locomotives facing each other, celebrating the completion of the first transcontinental railroad. Now, let's talk about what really excites collectors' value. While most 2007 quarters are only worth their face value of 25 cents, certain rare versions and error coins can be worth a fortune. Here's what to look for. Mint errors. Coins with misprints, off-center strikes, and double dies can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. High-grade coins, quarters in MS-67 or higher condition, can fetch impressive prices at auctions. Some have sold for over $1,000 proof and silver versions. The 2007 S-proof quarters, especially those struck in 90% silver, are highly sought after by collectors. Some 2007 state quarters have broken records at auctions. For example, a high-grade, rare error version of the Wyoming quarter sold for over $7,000. So if you have a 2007 quarter, check its mint mark, condition, and potential errors. You might just hit the jackpot. Wondering if your quarter is valuable? Here are some expert tips. Check the mint mark. Quarters from different mints may have different values. Look for errors. A double die or misalignment could mean big bucks. Get it graded. Having your coin professionally graded by PCGS or NGC can significantly increase its value. Research online auctions. Check sites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or Coin Trackers to see recent sales. And there you have it, the incredible story and potential fortune behind the 2007 U.S. state quarters. Do you have any of these rare gems in your collection? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an exciting coin collecting video. Until next time, happy hunting!